Hey guys, welcome back. Old Man on the Trail here. I'm just doing a little addendum to my first gear video. I'll try and make it quick as possible. Alright, well, first of all, I think if you all remember, probably most of you guys know the Atmos 65 AG. My Lucky trekking poles are still attached to it. Both of these pieces of gear perform flawlessly in Arizona. This pack has that airflow suspension, air frame. It's the Osprey gravity feed, whatever, with the nice hip belt on it. The pockets, as advertised, weren't much good, but you know what? I don't use them really. I could probably cut them off if I wanted to get technical. Anyway, both of those work great. The Lucky poles, excellent too. They saved my butt more than once. Okay, my tent. Oh, by the way, my sleeping bag. It's a Enlightened Equipment custom quilt bag. Pretty expensive, 0 degree bag. It's already in my pack. I didn't take it out. Very super light. It's like 17 ounces, 0 degree bag, and it's a quilt that kind of works in conjunction with my AirPad, which is the Climate Static 5. I think I'm going to upgrade to that to the lightest one, the 8 ounce one. This is the 16 ounce, and I'm hopefully have already got a hold of one, and I'm going to go get it soon. So hopefully that's coming. Yeah, so that sleep system worked great for me. I got down to 5 below a couple nights down in Arizona in the mountains, and right now our late August weather up in Bruce Peninsula is going to be pretty nice. I would say it's not going to get below 10 at the lowest, especially this week. Weather's looking pretty good. So I'm basically packing very similar to the desert, even not taking as much clothing. I've decided to change from a tarp to I have a Eureka 2-man tent. It's called a bike and hike. It's really super light. Not super light, it's actually really heavy compared to my Sill tarp, which is 12 ounces. This is coming in over 2 pounds, and this is only half of the tent. I'm leaving the fly. It's just too much weight. I'm not used to it. I can feel it. So the pole comes with it. I'm going to take a chance. It's the full zipper. It's got a nice bug screen, which is really important for me this trip. I don't want to be sleeping with bugs. So I'm going this route. I've decided. And I will be bringing the fly and actually a plastic ground sheet in the car where I drop it off, just in case I decide to change my mind. Okay, so here's my cook set. It's the Esbit stove. This thing is a dream. It's like under 12 ounces, 2 pots. It's got my stove in there, which is the Esbit stove, and you can use either fuel pellets or alcohol. And the windscreen's in there. It's all tucked in there with a lid and 2 pots. Boils water with 1.5 ounces of what I use is heat. Now this is the yellow, not the red, of course, and it's actually antifreeze water remover from gas lines, and it's just alcohol, but I really like it for the bottle. It's a really sturdy bottle. It's not going to leak in my expensive pack I really like that. So anyway, and it does not mark my pots. So I've used about 4 or 5 of these down in Arizona, and my pots are still clean, no black, no dirt on them, which is really nice if you want to keep a clean pack. Again, my trusty Swiss Army knife, taking that again, my little titanium spork. I've been taking, again, this, what I learned a lot of lessons down in Arizona, and this little Petzl headlight, it's a Takina. Takes 3 AAA batteries, but man, the beam on this thing goes forever. You could trek easy at night, no problem, because I have done it. So, and early in the morning. And it's got 2 settings. But the good thing about it is my batteries, one set of batteries, I would say lasted me 4 weeks. And I changed them only because it started to get dim and I had the extra battery. So I threw the other ones in the garbage and put the new ones in so that I got that little bit of weight out of my pack. And performed flawlessly. Really like that. I got a little salt pepper shaker. Still have my salt addiction. Here's my water filter. It's the Sawyer Mini with a flush sit kit. 3 ounces. Worked really well in Arizona. I drank some pretty skanky water in Arizona, and that kit worked great with 2 platypus bags. They also worked really well. I'm going to take them just in case I do some inland camping where I'm stuck with no water. Thank the Lords that I got no water issues to really worry about on this trip, so I don't have to pack 8, 10, 12 liters of water to make it, which is huge. Anyway, then there's my Goal Zero solar panel. I don't know, remember that I showed this off the last. I hung this off my pack, and I left the charging unit, it's a battery pack that goes with the Nomad 7. I left it at home because of weight. This thing's heavy enough without 12 ounces of the battery pack. It's got some neat toys on it. I'm sure if you look back, you'll see in my other gear video that that's what was pretty good. But so once again, I'm only taking this. I just need charging for my phone, which is doubling as my camera, and my GPS. So, you know what? It's a little heavy, it's a little bulky. I'm a little paranoid about wrecking it when I hang it off my pack. But if I'm staying somewhere and it's nice and sunny, I can put this out and it does a good job. Fills the battery when I need it. So, with using it as a camera, I do go through quite a bit of battery, and this does work. I'd say it fulfills about 80% of my needs. If I brought that battery pack with me, then I would be fine. But anyway, worked all right. Standard roll of toilet paper. I'm taking a 5 mil poly garbage bag with me as my raincoat pack cover. This is the big heavy duty one that goes right over my pack and me, and I am expecting a day of rain, and you never know, in Northern Ontario it could come, and so can the cold. Showed you that climate air pack. Next, food. We'll start with my coffee. Here's my coffee, the MSR coffee filter. That worked great in Arizona. I'm a coffee nut. I brought some Pikes Peak blend, and I'll be having at least 1 or 2 cups of those during the day. A few Tetley tea bags, some coffee filters that I fold and put inside this, and it still get a really nice strained cup of coffee. I probably won't take this mug. I have a plastic version that's way lighter, that has a lid that doubles as my cup for everything, and it can bounce around, and it's not that heavy. So I'm going to probably take that one. Food. I'm taking food for 4 days. I found for me, I don't know why, but I never got that hungry in Arizona. And I'm not sure if it was the heat or the change in altitude or what it was, but I found that when I was hungry, I craved carbs. So I'm going with a bunch of noodles. You'll notice all my food is, I either eat it out of this package or my cup of soup noodles. I don't have any plates or pots or anything for that. My pots just cook water mostly, and the odd time I'll do this rice, pot style, in one of the pots, so, and eat it from that pot. I won't need plates or anything. Favorite of mine, dried apricots, some various granola bars, some with chocolate, some with peanut butter, and just a couple of cheese and crackers. Get me through a lunch. So that's about 4 days of food for me. Some gum, because I'm planning to cut down seriously on smoking while I'm out there. And that's not funny. That's pretty heavy for me. I've become kind of weight conscious since I started hiking, but must be about 2-3 ounces, 4 ounces in there. Jeez, Murray, it's a lot of weight. Anyway, yeah. So some soups, and these 2 bottles of G2. What I like about them is they fit really nicely in the pockets in my pack. And when I do these, I use these to refill with water from my water filter. So they're nice to have. They fit right there. When I get thirsty, I can just grab them off the side of my pack. And actually, this filter, I'll show you. It screws right onto this bottle. So, and there's another fitting that I use to fit onto the platypus. Actually, no, sorry. This fits right onto the platypus. So a lot of times I will just fill this bag with water, screw my mini Sawyer right onto the platypus, and then just drink right from it. And when I travel, this is kind of weird to carry outside my pack, so I will pour the water through the filter into those G2 bottles. And that's my water taken care of, easy peasy. Like, this kit's only a couple ounces. I even bring the flush kit with me just because you never know if it gets clogged up. You want to have that there. Clothes. I learned a lesson on clothes, I think. All those clothes I'm taking fits into that little Ziploc bag beneath it. There's my pair of Merino Icebreaker socks, which I love. I'll be wearing another pair of double layered running socks. And I'll be using my Merrell Moabs for footwear with those green insoles in them. They seem to really help me after I got my first onset of blistering in Arizona. And I found as long as I kept them done up nice and tight, I was good. So I'm going to use the same pair, and they're still good, my Merrell Moabs. So, and I guess they're supposed to last 500 or 600 miles, and mine have about total 400 on them. So I'm gonna hang on. Hopefully they make it. It's not that long. I think I'm going 120K or something this week. Yeah, and I have 2 pairs of Adidas very light micro mesh shorts. So I love those when I was out there with a micro mesh white t-shirt. So anyway, that's all the clothes I'm taking. And a pair of underwear, 1 pair, because most of the time I'll be in those shorts. And I have a pair of those longer pants for the morning and for bugs. Plus, I'll be taking a windbreaker semi-rain coat. It's not really rain-proof, but it's rain-resistant. And for bad rainfall, I have the 5 mil poly garbage bag. So, that's it. I think I covered everything. If I haven't, then I'll add a little addendum later. I will be leaving in 2 days, and I will look forward to I'm going to do some videos on the trail and let you guys see how an Ontario trip goes. Anyways, cheers.